Hello, everybody. Ralph Ventry here for another edition of the Whole 9 Yards, Week 3 of the FCS football season. 6 of the NEC's 7 teams will be in action. Let's take a look at the slate with our opening drive. The only team not in action this week, the Wagner Seahawks. They're 2-0 on a bye. Next up for Wagner, a date at Boston College on September 24th. All of the Week 3 games will be played on Saturday, starting with Central Connecticut looking to break into the win column. The Blue Devils host the annual Harmony Classic at Arute Field, with Bowie State coming to town. The Blue Devils took care of Bowie last year in what was the first ever meeting between the two programs. Sacred Heart is also at home in the state of Connecticut. The Pioneers will host a familiar foe in Marist. These two teams will meet for the 14th time in a game that can be seen live on Front Row. Sacred Heart has a 7-6 edge in the all-time series, but Marist took the last meeting 34-27 in 2015. Duquesne, which like Sacred Heart is coming off a Week 2 win, is also at home on Saturday. The defending NEC champion Dukes will welcome the Dayton Flyers to the Bluff. This long-running rivalry has been rather even throughout the years, except Duquesne has won the last 4 meetings at Rooney Field. We'll see if Dylan Beekle and the boys can continue that home field advantage. The game will air live on NEC Front Row. Looking for its first win of the season, Robert Morris will play its second consecutive road game in the state of Ohio. The Colonials lost to Dayton in a weather-shortened game in Week 2. Now they visit Bo Pelini's Youngstown State Penguins. These two teams played an overtime game last year. Robert Morris' defense limiting Youngstown to 7 points through the first 60 minutes of play, but the Colonials came up short 14-7. 2 more non-conference games to take a look at. Both involve NEC teams against the Ivy League. St. Francis, which is in the midst of a grueling season-opening 4-game road trip. They were in Towson last week, Montana the week before. Now they're off to New York City, where they'll take on the Columbia Lions. It'll be the season opener for Columbia, both teams looking for their first win. And in the final matchup, Bryant returns home after last week's trip at Montana State. The Bulldogs welcome in Brown, an Ocean State rival. Bryant got the best of Brown last year when the two teams met in Providence. Now Smithfield will be the setting, and you can watch the game live at necfrontrow.com. Now it's time to take a weekly look at the market to see whose stock is rising. The topic of this week's segment focuses on Duquesne's running backs. Sophomore P.J. Fulmore has gotten the bulk of the carries thus far, but the Dukes have an exciting young rookie on the roster. Freshman A.J. Hines had a bit of a coming-out party against Bucknell in Week 2. He averaged 7.4 yards per carry, scoring all 3 of the Dukes' touchdowns in the 30-19 victory. As a result of his performance, Hines was awarded the NEC Rookie of the Week honor. Duquesne's freshman running back, A.J. Hines, his stock is on the rise. Now it's time to take our Twitter timeout. This week's Twitter TO features a tweet from Bryant alumnus Matt Tracy. Tracy, who's from Colorado, made the trip up to Montana State to watch his Bulldogs take on the Bobcats in Week 2. Although they came up short 27-24, it was a rather remarkable effort for the Bulldogs, who were playing west of Pittsburgh for the first time in program history. The Bulldogs had little trouble moving the football, accounting for 452 yards of offense. That was 187 more yards than the Bobcats managed. So it's easy to see why Tracy was impressed with his alma mater. As for Tracy, it's good to see that the big dog is doing well. A two-time All-NEC first-team tight end in 2009 and 2011. As a senior, he caught 40 balls for 500 yards, and for his career, he scored 19 touchdowns for the Dogs. So shout out to Matt Tracy. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. Somerset, it's an NEC Audible. This week, we hear from Sacred Heart head coach Mark Nofri. The Pioneers are off to a 2-0 start, but Nofri wants to make sure his team guards against a letdown when Marist visits for Week 3. Sacred Heart has won 5 of its last 6 games against Pioneer League members. The one loss was a 34-27 setback to Marist in 2015.
We were in the same boat last year, started 2-0, and then we had a little bit of a letdown going into Game 3, and we just got to make sure the kids understand that next week, we got our work cut out for us. And Marist is a good football team. They beat us last year. They're going to come prepared. They're going to play hard, and we got to do the same thing. We got to continue to get better each week. I saw a great improvement from our team this week from last week, and next week they got to improve again and get ready for a Marist game.
It's time for the Did You Know, and it's time to talk a little bit about pass rushers and national leaders. Did you know that the NEC leader in sacks through the season's first 2 weeks is a freshman from Robert Morris, G. Stanley? The freshman has 4 quarterback takedowns already, and that ties him for second on the FCS national leaderboard. Stanley, however, isn't the only NEC player on the national leaderboard. There are a few up there in the top 5, including St. Francis kick returner Lorenzo Jerome. He's second in yards per return. Bryant wide receiver Taylor Bartholet, who had a huge day at Montana State, he's third overall when it comes to receiving yards. And then Wagner running back Denzel Knight, he's 4th in rushing. So we've covered it all on the whole 9 yards, and now you are well prepared for Week 3 on the gridiron. We'll have 4 games live for you right here at NEC Front Row. It's a full day Saturday, and what more could you ask for? I'm Ralph Ventry. Thank you for watching the whole 9 yards. We'll see you next week right here at NECFrontRow.com.